Recently, I found myself in a storm, and this storm was literally trying to take me out. The enemy was taunting me. The enemy was trying to destroy me. And I was sitting on a plane coming home from Virginia, and the Holy Spirit told me to look out the window. And I began to look out the window, and all I could see was clouds. But that made sense because I was in the midst of a storm. But the more I allowed God to minister to me, the Holy Spirit to minister to me, and the more I listened and the more I began to talk to God, the clouds began to disappear. I could see a little bit better. I could hear better because I went from a weak position and a weary position to praising and worshiping God despite the situation, despite what it was looking like. And I began to remember God's track record pertaining to me and how faithful He has been to me throughout my journey. Now understand, I ain't been perfect. I haven't always said the right things, done the right things. But let me remind you, beloved, that God's promises that He has spoken over your life, they shall and always be the promises that He has spoken over your life. Don't allow the enemy to tell you that God doesn't love you. Don't allow the enemy to separate you from the love of God. Don't allow the enemy to torture your mind, because God has not changed His mind about you. As a matter of fact, He allowed His Son to die so that we may live and live in abundance. He knew that we would make mistakes from time to time. He knew that we wouldn't always have it together, or we would always do the right thing. But beloved, be encouraged, because the storm did not come to destroy you. It came to define you. God has called you more than a conqueror. So I need for you to stand still in the midst of it all. I need for you to praise and pray your way through. I need for you to worship, to turn down your plate, and to study. Because this storm that God allowed, He allowed it because He wanted to draw you closer to Him. He allowed it because He wanted to strengthen your faith. He allowed it because He wanted to stir up your faith and stir up the gifts in you. Because you are needed for such a time as this. The storm don't last always. The good thing about a storm and trouble is it doesn't last always. So be encouraged, beloved. You will land safe. You will land safe. God has His hands on you. When He's in it, there is no limit. I love you, and I need you to survive. Don't give up. Don't give in.